To Crisp Arena as the Lady Tigers defeat Martin Methodist College 78-53. Ginger Colvin joining us now for her post-game thoughts. And Coach, a little better today, as we said off the air just a minute ago. The first team a little lackadaisical to start, but the second team came in, and you got to be proud with coming back after 24 hours and picking up another big win over another quality opponent.
Right. I'm really proud of that second team that came in. That in the first quarter, we talked about before we left the locker room about communication, having energy, and not coming out. And I felt like yesterday we were just lackadaisical in a lot of stuff that we did. And then we stand there, they're getting ready to inbound the ball, and it's a middle school play, and we let them inbound the ball, and got a little frustrated with them, and put that second group in, and they're just high octane. Savannah Gregory and Madison Kaiser, Shyla Calvert's in that group as well sometimes, and Madison Faulkner, and they really get after it. So I felt like they played extremely well when Martin Methodist was coming down and making it seem like every shot they put up. And so they went back and forth, and I thought played big in a pressure situation. I'm really proud of them and the way they responded. And then I like the way my starters came back and responded and played when they came back in.
And sometimes you need that as your number one players. You need that a little humbling, so to speak, get a little humble back to you and stuff like that.
Yeah, and this is a good group of kids. It's a group of kids that work hard, and it's not anybody that you're sitting over there trying to prove a point or anything like that. They just need to refocus, regroup, and get themselves ready to go. And this is a group that's been there and done that. That first group that comes out on the floor, they've been there. They know, they're experienced, but I just feel like they didn't come out with a sense of urgency that they needed to come out with.
I talked about that yesterday, the experience in your starting five. When's the last time you've really had no sophomores or no freshmen in your starting lineup? I know you've had some deep teams, but you have junior, and two seniors in the starting lineup this year.
I haven't thought about it. I don't know. I know, I guess when it was Whitney Ballinger's senior season, we had Whitney Ballinger, Courtney Danis, down the line, Melly Heaton.
Yeah.
They were all seniors, so it's been since that team that we had seniors that started. I think actually by their senior season, those kids that I recruited when it was my first season as a coach maybe ended up. So it's been since then we didn't have.
You go from seniors to upperclassmen to a redshirt freshman. Savannah Gregory had 9 first-quarter points when she came in with that second group.
Yep.
She finished the day with 11. She had 11 first-half points. She played very, very well for you.
Really, really pleased with Savannah. She redshirted last year with the ACL, came back right before she came back to school, broke her finger. So she missed a lot of the preseason stuff. And then after sitting for a year on top of that, but she's going to give you the exact same thing every single time. And you know what you're going to get from her. She just gets her hands on so many balls. And she's still a little, I think it's more of a habit than anything. She's not using that left hand. Like she will, I think, as the season progresses. But, yeah, she made some really nice cuts to the basket. I thought Kaiser made some nice passes to her. And, that was a really good boost for us.
The difference in the ball game, it was you were only up by about 5 or 6 points, but then you went on an 18-0 run to start the second quarter. I didn't notice it until the 2:35 mark when Martin Methodist hit a free throw. That was their first point in the second quarter at the 2:35 mark, and that was huge for you, that 18-0 run.
It was. Obviously we played in our half-court defense. I think we turned them over 17 times the first half, and that was good. We still missed 7 free throws the first half. Could have been up 22, I think, if we had made our free throws, and that's just not us. I'm not pleased with how we're going to the line. I think Madison Clemens missed a free throw today.
She missed a couple, actually.
So, I can't tell you the last time she stood in a game and missed 2 free throws. So we've got to get better. Bethel on their home court tomorrow night, prime time. There's nothing that we can't come out soft, and we can't come out because they're going to be hungry. They're going to need that, and they're going to be hungry.
And I know you and Coach Nelson go way back.
We do.
And I know Richard got one of the good photos from the Fab Four, I guess the quarterfinal that year. Whenever you all came back from 18 points, about 5 minutes left in that game, you came back 18 points, go to the Fab Four the first time. That was a good one.
Yeah, Chris he's a great guy, and he runs a great program here. We've got a lot of respect for them. And this event has been just hands down, just handled extremely well, and we've been super, super pleased with how it's gone.
Let's talk about that game last night with them and Pikeville a little bit. Pikeville pulled the upset. Pikeville's a good team receiving votes. They're actually ranked number 26 in the country right now in the receiving votes category. Bethel number 11. That was a big game for them. Obviously, the Mid-South Conference on the women's side is 4-0 now, and the Mid-South is very, very tough.
Mid-South is brutal. You know, you sit and look, and Pikeville lost a lot of kids last year, but they've got a lot of kids back that have experience on that team. Jamie Castle is one of those. I think she had 37 or 38 last night, and she suffered a knee injury, so she's back, and she looks really fit and looks really good. And then they have some really athletic posts and just kids. I know Andrea Matchin is a kid on that team that was on their Final Four team. And so, you know, that's just, I think that just bodes well and speaks well for our conference and speaks well for, you know, our teams down here that are competing. And Blue Mountain, we played Blue Mountain yesterday. That is a well-coached team. They're not very deep, and I think that's the difference in our game yesterday was the fourth quarter. But they're very well coached, and this is a good conference, and it's always a tough conference. But you know, I know I'm partial, but I think the Mid-South is the toughest league in the country.
Well, you forgot to, obviously, not because they're not any good. Shawnee State's down here as well, ranked number 5, and they beat Martin Methodist yesterday pretty handily as well, and they're still another top 5 program.
Oh, absolutely. They've got just tremendous guard play, and they execute so well. So they've done a great job, and they've have Blue Mountain next, and then Bethel tonight. So we've got a good game. I like to play this first game and sit and watch the rest.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
You know, I want to talk a little bit about toughness too. Shyla Calvert during shoot-around today dislocated her shoulder, and I look, and I don't know how many minutes did Shyla play
11
today.
minutes.
11 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm not sure how many people would do that, but that kid's tough, and she's a freshman, and I just think there's great things ahead for her. I'm so pleased with that kid and her toughness and what she brings to us. That's 11 minutes, but you look at that stat sheet. She brings crazy energy, and I'm so happy that Shyla's with us. Delana Fothergill as well, I thought played another really solid game for us today.
7 points, 3 rebounds, I believe, for Fothergill in 13 minutes of play. Talk about Calvert, though, really quick. She's able to use her speed, get in the middle of the zone, and create for others. But she's not scared to stick her nose in there and grab some boards as well.
No, she's not scared. She is one tough kid, and you know, you find out a lot about kids and about their toughness. I think we've got a lot of kids right now that are pretty tough. Lauren Turner playing on the bad foot, and we've got some kids. And I think every team in the country, you talk to them, they've got nagging injuries. But I'm really proud of my kids to play through that. But we've got a long way to go before we're going to get close to what we can be.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time. Good luck tomorrow. It'll be another good one.
Thank you guys for covering.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
That was head coach Ginger Colvin. The Lady Tigers defeat Martin Methodist College 78-53 here.